Hello friends, in this video we will starting with our PHP second unit. In last unit we learn about the variables, the basic structure of PHP, the operators, get and post methods, their difference and so on. Now in this video we learn the looping statements and the conditional statements in PHP, the controlling program flow. Different conditional statements are if-else, if-elseif-else, next the nested if switch case, and the looping statements are while loop, do while loop, for each loop. Now we will see one by one the if statement. The simplest of PHP's conditional statements is the if statements. This works much like a English language statements. If X happens, do Y means if something happened, then only it has to print something. Means that the in the syntax we use the if keyword. Inside the parenthesis we specify the condition. If that is true, then in curly braces we declare some code that has to execute. Now we will see example on if statements. Our Apache server is on. Go to the Sublime text, the example on if statements. Here I will start with PHP, and inside this I will declare one variable as $a and give the value as -12, and inside the if statement I will specify the condition that if $a is less than 0, then it has to print that $a is a negative number. And with a semicolon. Now save this file, go to the browser, and here I have given the path localhost Janvi folder. Refresh it. The -12 is a negative number. Now we will give the number as positive. Now save the file and go to browser and refresh it. Nothing will happen. That only in if statements, if the only condition happens, then only the inside the curly braces this code will execute, otherwise nothing. Now we will go to the next statement, that is if else if statement. The PHP if else if is a special statement used to combine the multiple if else statements, so we can check the multiple conditions using this statement. Here is the syntax: if the condition 1, the code that executed if the condition 1 is true, else if the condition 2, and the code that the condition, if the condition 2 is true, then this code has to execute. Here the condition 3 and their condition 3 code, and lastly the else part. Here within the if and the else we can check the multiple conditions using the else if. Now we will see the example on this. Here I will declare one variable as $m, means the marks, or I will declare the variable as $marks and give the value as 68, and inside the if statement I will check if the $marks is less than 33, then it has to print that the student has failed. Next, the else if that now the $marks is greater than 34, and dollar marks is less than 50, and if this is true, then it has to print that the student has get the D grade. Next, I will copy this here. If it's equals to if else if the marks is greater than 50 and less than the 65, then it has to give the output as C grade. Next, if that marks is between the 65 and 80, then it has to give the output as B grade. Next, if that marks lies between the 80 and 90, it has to give the output as A grade. Next, if that marks lies between the 90 to 100, then it has to print A plus grade. And lastly, we specifies the else, that the invalid input. Now save the file and go to browser. Search the localhost, our folder and file name. We have to give the semicolon here. Save it and refresh it. Here you can see the B grade. Our input is the 68 and our output is B grade, means that the marks is lies between the 65 to 80.